I assume you've clicked onto this video because either you or someone you know has an issue with social media. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about all the impacts it has on your mental health, your physical health, your relationships, your confidence, and most importantly, your sleep. So go get comfy, go get a snack, go get some water, and take some notes if you need to because this video will be really valuable for anyone. And I hope you guys enjoy. I know that at least once in our lifetimes, we've all compared ourselves to someone else that is either more successful or better looking or smarter than us on social media. This is one of the big negatives and downsides of social media because as you compare yourself to people who are more successful than you, you're comparing yourself to people that have already gone through what you're going through right now. They're already ahead of you, they've already been through that stage, and the only thing between you and them is time. Doing this messes up your confidence and your self-esteem completely. You're worried, you're anxious, you want to be just like them, and this could be with relationships as well. You may see happy relationships, happy couples on social media, and you might be having issues in your relationship. So you end up comparing that relationship you saw on social media to the one you and your partner have, and that causes many issues in relationships. We also all know about how it's so bad for you. Do you ever wonder why you get terrible sleep and why you never feel energized in the mornings? Do you think maybe it could be because of the hours you spent scrolling through social media right before bed? How can you expect your brain to completely shut off for bed when you've just bombarded it with hours worth of useless content? We all know how addicting the social media platforms are, and we've all heard the term instant gratification. The platforms where you have endless content to scroll on and endless short form videos to watch are the worst platforms for you. As you watch these for hours daily, your mind gets used to the dopamine hit that you get from every single one of these videos, and you never want it to end. Do you ever feel like you can't focus on any task for a longer period of time anymore? Do you ever notice that you can't stay focused on your studies, you can't read, you can't do anything that takes a prolonged period of time? That's all because your brain is used to that quick dopamine hit. Your brain can't handle the prolonged periods of time because all you've gotten used to are short 3 to 5 second videos. So that's why doing things that take longer are harder to do because your brain cannot wait that long for that dopamine hit. Your brain's too impatient and all it wants is a quick dopamine hit. Before we go any further in this video, I want to make sure you know that nothing is going to change if you aren't willing to change. You must stop overthinking and start taking action. Me and anyone else can encourage you as much as possible, but we can't change your outcome. Change starts with you. Coming up in this video, I'm going to be talking about deleting all of your social medias, alternative things to be doing instead of scrolling on social media, and becoming a producer rather than a consumer. First, I want to start off with the topic of deleting all of your social medias. A lot of the times, the people that I talk to always tell me, oh no, but I have friends here, but I only use it in my spare time, but I only talk to these people, I do this, I do that. And all I hear are excuses. In 5 years' time, you won't look back and tell yourself, I wished I watched more reels. I wished I snapped that guy more. I wished we made 100-day streak longer. Who cares about that? What benefits does it have for you in your life? Just think about that. If you have friends on that social media platform, okay, move them all to a different place. When I used to have Snapchat, I used to waste a lot of time snapping people. I used to waste a lot of time on Spotlight. Spotlight was a killer. That wasted so much of my time. But one day I decided it was enough. I talked to all my close friends, maybe 3 or 4 people. I told them I'm moving to messages. I'm not using this anymore. And you can tell who the people that really want to talk to you are after you delete that. Most people on there don't actually give 2 shits about you. That's why I only move my close friends. I didn't hear anything from the other people because they don't give a shit. And if your close friends are willing to do that for you, then you know that they're true. This comes down to the instant gratification aspect as well. How much time do you waste on it every single day? And how much is it negatively impacting your dopamine levels and your ability to focus on other tasks that involve hard work and staying focused for a longer period of time? Deleting your social medias isn't just for you. It wouldn't just benefit you. It also would benefit the people around you, your friends, your siblings, especially. If you want to be lazy and if you want to find excuses to keep all of your social medias and waste time, then your siblings and friends are going to do the same thing, especially if you're an older sibling. If you have younger siblings looking up to you, they will see what you're doing and they will do the exact same thing. I have a younger brother and he's impressed with the YouTube videos I make. He's impressed with the things I do and he wants to replicate them. Imagine your younger sibling comes up to you and says, make me an Instagram account, or look at this reel. And if you're lazy just like them, you're going to encourage them. You're going to find it funny. You're not going to give 2 shits. But this all comes down to selfishness as well. If you don't want to do any benefits, if you don't want to do any good for yourself, maybe do it for the people around you. Because you're not just ruining your own life, but you're pushing the people's lives around you to the same shitty path that you're going down. If you really cared about yourself and the people around you, you'd be fine to make the change. You'd be happy and willing to make that change for not just you, but the people around you. If you're not at that stage yet, there is this app I do use that does block my apps for as long as I want it to. Now I want to move on to average time spent on social media daily. I've done a bit of digging and a lot of sources give me an average screen time of about 3 to 4 hours per day. And I'm not sure how many of them are actually that reliable, but from experience, I know that teenagers will spend minimum 2 hours every single day on their social media. That comes to about 2.5 days per month. And even crazier, 30 days in a single year spent on social media. Out of those 365 days in a year, isn't it crazy if you waste 30 complete days on social media? How can someone even do that to themselves? 30 days is no joke. Think about all the other things you could be doing. In a year's time, would you look back and say, wow, I wish I spent another 30 days on top of that on social media? No, because it has absolutely no benefit for you. Again, change starts with you. Nothing will change if you don't change. There are so many alternative things you can do instead of scrolling on social media. One really important thing everyone should know is that it is really difficult, maybe close to impossible, to completely get rid of your bad habits without replacing them. You can't just cut everything out of your life and not replace them with habits that are more beneficial and better for you. Because if you think about it, if you cut out the 2 hours you spend every single day on social media, you need something to do in that time. You can't just sit around and not do anything. You need to find something better to do with your time. I will make a video better explaining this topic, but you need to replace your bad habits with good habits. I came up with a list of things you can do that are beneficial for you and you can replace your bad habits with. There is so many that I needed to get a list out. First thing is learn a new hobby or learn a new skill. If you even have 30 minutes extra in a single day, that is enough to commit yourself to a new hobby or something new. If you've watched my previous videos, you know that I learned how to juggle in just 4 days, committing for 4 days because I needed to learn a new hobby. I wanted to do something that was more beneficial for me than scrolling on social media. Such a random thing to be doing, but that's going to stay with me for the rest of my life, and that's just a sick party trick to have. There's one more thing I did just in my free time, just for the sake of it, and that was trying to memorize as many elements as possible on the periodic table. And now I can just whip out the first 40 elements of the periodic table just for fun. Next thing is reading a book. So many people hate on reading and gaining knowledge, but it's only good when you read or gain the knowledge about something you're truly interested in. You won't catch me reading a Harry Potter book because that is not something I find passion and joy in. People hear me say that, but they still don't care because they think reading is just for nerds and it's stupid. But it's better than your endless scrolling. Next is creating content instead of consuming. I'm going to talk about this a little later in the video, but instead of consuming content, create some content. Next is finding a new side hustle and sticking to it. We all need to try new things out, and why not find different ways to make money? Why don't you exercise? Why don't you go play a new sport in your free time? Go develop a skincare routine if you don't have one already. Go learn a new instrument. That is also similar to learning a new hobby. But go learn a new instrument. Go research a religion. And if you're religious, you can go research more about your own religion. If you're done everything at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., why don't you just go to bed earlier for one night? You don't have to get to bed at 12 or 11 just for the sake of it, because that's when you always go to bed. Wake up earlier one day and sleep earlier. See how much it benefits you and see how different and how good the change is in your life. Go meditate. What I do is meditate for 10 minutes when I have the time. Just sit on my floor in my room, nothing, no music, no audio, just sitting there and thinking for myself for 10 minutes. It makes me feel really nice afterwards and it clears my mind. One of the most important ones on this list is journaling. Every single night, I dedicate 10 minutes to writing in my journal. Every single day, I start off with a quote, gratitude, affirmations, and I recap my day and I ask myself some questions just to clear my mind and get everything on a piece of paper. Even if it doesn't help you out, it's still a good practice of discipline. If you're someone ambitious like me and you have many goals, go ahead and write them all over your room. Go and surround yourself with it. Make everything you do related to your goals. Even create a vision board. This is what I mean when I say vision board. Surround yourself with your goals so you can see them every single day and remind yourself. Moving on to the next topic, which is creating content instead of consuming content. When you scroll on social media and you waste a lot of time, you're just consuming content. Instead, become a producer. Create content and share your ideas. It helps you think and get more creative with all the ideas you're willing to share to people. Creating content can also teach you so many skills, such as editing. It can help up your confidence and self-esteem. It can improve your speaking, helps you get creative, and you could even make money from it. If you decide to waste all of your time on social media and just consume stupid content that will get you nowhere in life, you're not only ruining your own life, but ruining the people's lives around you, especially your family members. As I said before, if you have younger siblings, they're going to be looking up to the things you do, And if you're doing stupid and useless things, they will want to do the exact same thing. So stop being selfish and grow up. Again, I said this before, but change starts with you. Nothing's going to change if you don't want to change. Just stop overthinking and take action. Whether that's business, whether that's fitness, whether that's any goal you have. Stop overthinking and just start doing. And that's also with your bad habits. If there's something that you're making excuses about, shut up and replace it with all the good habits I listed. You can't completely get rid of a bad habit. That's why you must replace it with something that is beneficial for you. I hope everyone got immense value from this video, and I hope this video helped out many people, because that's all I want to do on this account. Leave me a comment, tell me what you want to see next, and tell me if this is going to help you in any way. Thank you guys, hope this helped, and I'll see you guys in the next video.